garden work seems to never be done, and after a long day of gardening work, today I'm going to be giving you a garden tour as to everything that's going on this Monday evening. Let's get into it right now. Also, quick PSA, we're trying to reach 4K by August. If we end up reaching that sub goal, I'm going to do a live stream every single day for at least an hour during the month of August. So let's see what happens. I figure it's best to start out in the front yard. We have our hydrangeas over here that are beginning to bloom, as you can see perfectly right here. They pretty much last the entire summer, and sadly and if you're wondering, I am not from Cape Cod. I'm from northwestern Connecticut, which is nowhere near Cape Cod, and it's an entire 4-hour drive to get out there. But at least they look nice. We have a couple lined up in the front yard here, and when I get my own farm, I'm probably going to be able to grow a couple of these in the front yard as well, which is going to be in, I think, 3 or 4 years if everything goes to plan. I think it's also important to bring up the mint patch, but as you can see, there's weeds beginning to grow in here, and we're also keeping it in check by weed whacking everything around here to make sure that it doesn't get past here. Gotta harvest. If you want, I'll probably end up doing a harvest by the end of this video, so stick around. On the June 28th garden tour, I never ended up doing a harvest because after that started pouring rain again. And it's also important to notice over here that we do have some rose bushes over here. Well, they're pretty sad looking right now, but a couple weeks ago they were looking nice, and yeah, nowadays they're not looking too good. If you're wondering, I have no clue how old these are. I'm going to take a stab at it, about 20 to 30 years, because some rose bushes can last for 30 years. And these have been coming up every single year, and I can even see them on satellite view too. And it's also important to note that we have a second garden growing over here, which I'm going to be transplanting in, not me, but like the whole family's going to help transplant this in tomorrow. And we have some basil in here, we have some tomatoes, and some strawberries that need to be sold because we don't have enough space in there. If you're wondering why all these palm tree looking things, which are called sumac, if you're wondering, are down, you have the recent thunderstorms to blame for that. For comparison, I'm almost 6 feet tall, and that's how big these actually can grow if you don't keep them maintained, which these were already this big when we ended up buying the house. Now let's get into the actual garden. And as you'd expect, since our last garden tour, we still haven't worked out a better way to do this gate. So it's the same old-fashioned gate that you have to work by yourself. Now getting in this garden is pretty easy for me because I'm going to squeeze between that gate. And now we're in the big garden. So we have our strawberries all around this row over here. We have tons of strawberries, I might even say, too, as you can see here. And these are our baby strawberries, as you can see here, all going down this row. And look at all this foliage we're getting in this garden, too. We're getting all this foliage, and it's also important to see the blueberries that are coming in here as well. Some of them might be ready for harvest, maybe by tomorrow. So it looks like I can finally say that the blueberries are beginning to come in here. And yes, we ended up having to prune all this out of here to get the caterpillars out of here. When I checked the garden on Saturday, the day after I found those caterpillars, there was none. They just mysteriously vanished. It's caterpillars for you, man. It's also cool to see all these different green beans that are beginning to flow into the garden pretty nicely over here. As you can see, we have green bean here, everywhere pretty much, I'd say. And my peas, I don't see any. I can't really tell what is weed and what is not in here, so it's gonna be literally impossible to weed this area, so that's sad. But we wanna know what's not sad? Our pepper patch, which is looking actually pretty decent for this time of year. And I'd say we're probably gonna get a harvest maybe by the end, maybe like 2 weeks. Let's take a look at what all we have. There is still some planting that needs to be done tomorrow, and I'm actually promising you this time, I'm actually gonna get in here and do some planting. So let's take a look at what all we have. We have some jalapeno peppers, which we actually work with a local taco shop about 3 miles down the street. And we're gonna be helping them out this year by giving them some of our peppers and tomatoes and stuff like that. It's helping another man out. And it is something that I wish a lot more people did with their garden, because when you grow a garden, there's a whole lot of unexpected plants that come in there. And I planted all these plants expecting to get little harvest, but you actually get a whole lot more than you expected. So it's important to give some plants away if you're wondering, because you're not gonna be able to hold on to like 3/4 of the plants you're actually gonna end up getting, because they go bad pretty quickly. We also have some normal ones. These are actual nice looking jalapeno peppers as well. We also just have some normal yellow, orange, and red peppers too. We don't have green peppers, which for the most part are just under harvested other color peppers as well. There's a lot of stuff to unpack here in our tomato patch, so let's get into it. We're gonna plant the basil in here tomorrow. Like I said, with our second garden, everything's going in the garden tomorrow. And I know it's late, but based on recent years, I can confidently say we could probably harvest things until October. I'm gonna say it right now, it better not snow in October, because if it does, I'm gonna be real mad, which Last time I remember it happening was in 2020, where we got a freak 5-inch snowstorm at the end of the month. Now, I'm just saying, please don't get any nasty ideas, because New England weather is terrible. I do not want to see 5 inches of snow on the ground on the first day of October, but other than that, looking pretty nice. Coming in here, as you can see, some tomatoes, some bigger ones. These are our beefsteaks with some Romas, some 4th of Julys. All of them are coming in really nicely in here. And also, we do have a rogue plant, except it's not outside of the garden. The rogue tomato plant is located about 7 feet deep into the pool. Rest in peace, man. This is our rogue zucchini plant. I just confirmed it's zucchini by the app that's on my phone. And plus it looks exactly like this. So either someone was playing or they just spawned in there for no reason. But you gotta thank God for all those plants that you're gonna be growing in your garden, man, because he's doing all these beautiful work for you, man. So thank him later. I mean, not thank him later, thank him now, bro. If you're going to a garden that's going nicely, you could, don't forget to thank him. And of course, as you see here, these are beautiful plants coming into the garden. I need to do some weed whacking to get all this down tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a big day. I don't know if I'll be able to pick up the camera now. My camera's at 87%. We should be able to pick this up tomorrow. So in here we have our beautiful trellis zone. I always keep calling my garden beautiful, but in actuality it kind of is, because you don't want to call your garden ugly, because that'll just demotivate you. So you got to say your garden's looking nice. Kind of give you all the motivation to keep on growing. And as you see, we have some flowers coming in here. Look at that. Look at all these tomatoes coming in nicely. There is some that are pretty much ready for harvest, sadly. I'm worried about the fruit flies, so I might end up putting out a fruit fly trap for them this year. I need to get to these like right now. They're still somewhat edible, just barely. They'll not be nearly as good. I just want to do some harvest with the content. I might have to go out here with a flashlight to film that, but who cares? Let's take a look at everything that's going in here and here and here and everything, really. We have some eggplants. Let's see, do we have anything? You might not be able to see it as well as you would normally. I do not see anything coming in here. I feel like every time we do something, the plants always just seem, not the plants, the bugs seem to get in here and snatch it right from us. Or the birds are even worse than the bugs too. But we do have some things coming in there. And we also have some zucchini that might be getting ready to form in here soon. Nothing that's ready for harvest, but we did already get a zucchini harvest this year. We're gonna probably do, some pumpkins and some gourds. We're gonna grow the pumpkins in the garden this year. No fancy gourds, except for those bottle cap gourds or whatever they're called. And I just walked through this plant right here. Just a warning, do not walk through those plants. They suck. I hate those plants. Those are my least favorite plants that grow as weeds. I'm gonna do some weed whacking tomorrow. As I said, I'm gonna get all that done. And then we have our watermelon. It's gonna go right down here. It's gonna be really nice. And I think it's gonna be cool. And right in here, we're gonna put some stuff in the raised bed here. We don't want this sitting around doing nothing, right? So I think it's about time that we go inside and go grab the necessities for our first filmed harvest of the year. Actually, our first filmed harvest was on May 21st when I did that quick little garden tour and I harvested some mint. So let's see what all we get. I'm gonna get a bigger basket today, and our goal is to do harvest videos alongside the garden tour every single week this summer. So stay tuned, be sure to like, subscribe, all that whatnot. Let's get into it. So you know what, I guess it's time to do a little bit of gardening in the dark, it looks like. We're about to do a quick little cucumber harvest. Gonna plant some more soon. This is a pretty nice and healthy looking one, so come on, you got this, bro. Come on, little bro. So we got our first cucumber of the season tonight. And we're gonna make this the second one too. So right there, I'm gonna put that right there so it falls directly into it. There you go. And now let's get to our third cucumber harvest of the season, which is about to be this one right here as well. I'm gonna clip this one. It missed. We don't care. There's better ones out there anyway, so oh well. Get this one out of here, and then we'll put this one directly into this bag. Not this bag, this what's it called? We'll get this one right here because it's turning yellow and I don't want that happening. So yeah, we're looking pretty nice so far in here. And see, can we get any cherry tomatoes? Maybe later, we'll find out. So let's continue going over here and see what else we could get out of the garden. This right here has a hole in it, so I cannot, I just put my camera on the ground, that's crazy. This one right here I cannot harvest because it has a hole in it, so I'll let whatever wild animal stumbles upon that one to get it. So let's see, do I see anything worth harvesting? Not really. I mean, there is this right here, but yeah, I got a little cherry tomato, but oh, it's actually pretty healthy, I'd say. I'd say this one can go in here. I thought that was a bite mark, but it really wasn't. So that's cool. Let's Let's see, do we have anything else in here? Not that I could see. I thought I saw something red in there though. I do not see anything red in here at the moment, but next week I think we're gonna have something crazy to say in here. So harvest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, not 6, 5 of those cucumbers and 1 cherry tomato today. So not a bad harvest, I'd say, especially for the 1st of July in growing zone 6B. I'd say we got ourselves a pretty accomplished harvest. Once again, don't forget to close up this garden door before you leave, because you do not want to get the raccoons and the other so-called stuff in here, the squirrels or whatever. I mean, the squirrels could still go in through that way, but we don't care. So we don't want to get the raccoons and stuff like that to go in through here. So we're just gonna kind of close off the garden. By the way, if you're wondering about the corn, it's pretty late. As you can see, it's I think almost 9 at this point. I really just needed this video out. It's Monday, and yeah, man, at this point even the fireflies are coming out telling me, yo, you need to go inside and edit this video, man. So you want to know something? If you're interested in gardening, you can check out the playlist that's on the screen right now. I trust you. Yeah, some high quality content on there. I think you'll enjoy it. I'll see you guys there.